Hi everyone. In today's DIY projects, we are crafting with Dollar Tree items. We'll be creating some beautiful home decor items on a budget that you could use to decorate your home. For your shopping convenience, all the items used in today's DIY projects will be linked in the description box below. So do check them out and let's jump right into our first DIY project. For our first project, we're going to be using wooden planks from the Dollar Tree. And we're also using two picture frames. For this project, we're making a wall sconce. I'm using two pieces of my wood and I'm cutting each one into 4-inch pieces. I'm using my X-Acto knife for this. If you have a utility knife, go ahead and use that. I'm also using two extra pieces and I'm going to be leaving those at the original sizes. And I'm using my Gorilla Wood glue to join the two pieces together. Use some clamps and clip them together or place some weights on top so they can dry. Next, I'll use 4 pieces of these wooden squares and I'm going to build a frame. So I'll place one on each corner of my 4-inch wood and then I'll place the other side on top. Place some weights on top until they're dry. Now I'll add my wooden frame to my picture frame and I'm making sure that it's in the center of my frame. I'm going to be placing the longer piece on the back of the frame. For now, I'm using my hot glue to place them, but I'll reinforce them before I'm done. On the base, we're going to have a small space on the base because we want to line up the wooden piece with the picture frame. So I'll place that small piece underneath just to give it that leverage so I can add the front part of my picture frame. To reinforce my frame, I'm going to be using 1-inch screws, 2 of them. And I'm using my drill to pre-drill the hole. I'm making sure that the drill bit is going straight through that piece of wooden square. Then I'll place my screws. Make sure to use a screwdriver for this process. Now they're nice and strong. I'll be painting all the areas, but for my wooden pieces, I'm going to be using my Gorilla Wood glue and I'll prime the area before I spray paint it. I'm just adding a small amount of water to my wood glue to make it more runny so it can spread evenly. I'm also adding some hot glue in that space. There's a gap. To hook my wall sconce on the wall, I'm using picture frame hooks. And I'm just screwing it in the back with my screwdriver. I'll take it outside and spray paint it. And I'm using my Rust-Oleum Reflective Gold spray paint. And I'm spraying everywhere. I'm also spraying the picture frames on the front and on the back. I'm also using this candle holder and I'm spray painting it the sides and also the base, and I'm spray painting it gold. For this project, I'm also using some acrylic mirror. I'm just cutting the pieces to fit on the sides of the wood and also on the back. They're self-adhesive, but go ahead and use some strong adhesive to help to hold them in place. I'm also using a 6-inch vase from the Dollar Tree. I was trying to add my gold tape to the base, but there's a slight curve, so I'm using something more rigid, and I'll go right around that base with it. Now I'll place my candle holder upside down inside of my vase so I can place my candle on top. But as you can see, the two shades are different, so I'm still gonna go over the base with my gold tape. Now I'll place my candle holder inside of my vase, and I'm using a small floating candle for the display. And whenever you're holding the wall sconce, hold it from this area. That's the strong part. The frames, the picture frames, are just for decoration. And here's how this project turned out, guys. Hope you like this one. Let's move on to our next project. We're going to be making this mirrored wall decor. And I'm using a 6-inch mirror from the Dollar Tree. And I'm using 3 bamboo hoops. The Dollar Tree sells hoops, but they are 7 inches wide. I'm going to be using 12 inches, and I got these from Amazon. All the items I use in today's projects will be linked in the description box below. You can find the description below the video if you click more. I'll be spray painting the frame of the mirror, so I'm covering the mirror with paper. I'm placing my bamboo hoops around my mirror so I can see where I want them to fall. And then I'll just use my pencil to mark that area. Then I'll go ahead and use my hot glue to place them. But you want to go ahead and use a strong adhesive, or the wood glue is perfect for this project. But I'm using the hot glue, which makes it a little bit weaker because I have to rush through the projects. Once you mark your areas, just go ahead and use your wood glue to make it stronger. So just mark the areas and place your wood glue, allow them to dry for at least half an hour, and then you can proceed to the next step. So I'm taking my Gorilla wood glue and I'm just going over the seams. Then I'm using some extra glue with a small amount of water to make it a little bit runny. And I'm using this as a primer to prime the hoops before I spray paint them. And if you notice, I placed an extra hoop under that one on that side, and on the opposite side I placed two extra hoops just to keep them aligned while they're drying. Now the wood glue is dry, so I'm spray painting it with my Rust-Oleum Reflective Gold spray paint, and I just gave that one coat. Using my alcohol to clean off the overspray, and then I'm using my glass cleaner to clean my mirror. To hook our wall decor on the wall, just hook it from the mirror. And here's how this project turned out, guys. I hope you like this one. Let's move on to our next project. I'm using Hot Wheels tracks. I'm going to be making 3 teardrop wall decor. You can make as many as you'd like. I'm using zip ties to tie them in that hole that's already there. I pull them a little bit too tight so they're not as straight. So if you're going to make this project, don't pull the zip ties too tight. I'm cutting the excess off. Now I'm gonna go ahead and use my small mirrors. I think these are the 5-inch mirrors from the Dollar Tree. I'm just using printer paper to cover the mirror area because I'll be spray painting the frames. If you like at least one of my projects, I'm gonna ask you to please give me a thumbs up. It helps to support my channel, and another way that you can support my channel is by leaving me a comment. It doesn't have to be an entire sentence, just one word is good enough. You can also support my channel by sharing this video with one person in your phone. Just one contact is good enough. All right, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I'm using my hot glue to attach my paper to my mirror so they can stay in place while I spray paint them. Now for my spray paint, I'm using my Rust-Oleum black matte spray paint. And I'm spray painting them with light coats, allowing them to dry for a couple minutes in between coats. And I'm adding about 3 coats for each one. For my mirrors, I'm using my gold reflective spray paint. And here they are, nice and dry. For the frame of my teardrop, I'm going to be using my gold trim, and I'm just going down the center of the track. I'm pulling it nice and tight just to avoid any kinks. And then I'll stick it to itself on the top. And I'm also using about 1.5 inches of my black leather trim. I'm using my strong adhesive on the ends, and I'll place them right in that groove. And I'm also using my hot glue to help to hold them in place until my strong adhesive dries. Now for my mirror, I'm just going to remove that paper, clean any overspill with my alcohol, and then clean my mirror with my glass cleaner. The only thing that's left to do is place the mirror on the inside, and the track will hold the mirror in place. Just pull it down a little bit from the back with your finger so it can sit nice and neat inside. And here's how this project turned out, guys. I hope you like this one. Let me know which project was your favorite this week and if you'll be recreating any of them. If you missed last week's project, here it is on the screen. Just click that rectangular box to watch. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll talk to you in my next one. Bye bye.